Hey guys, and welcome to the weekly challenge number 28. This week we are gonna go super simple. All you need to do is to show up and attend, and then you will pass. But if you want to go for the higher grade, well, then you need to bring your A game. All we are going to do is to meet up with 2 to 3 old friends of yours. Taking time, prioritizing to actually meet with the people that mean something to you. And be present, be there for real, listen, be engaged, having quality time, turning off your phone. And that is the weekly challenge. And if you want to hear all the details, you stay tuned and I will tell you. Work-life balance. That's the theme of the week. If you are like me and all the time just focus in on working on yourself, going towards your goals, all caught up in the daily work and doings that the everyday bring. If you are like me, you know that you don't take enough time to actually hang out with the friends that mean something to you. Because that is so important. Building relationship, having relationships that last, and not only having friends that are sick of getting denied because you don't have time to hang out with them. We need to prioritize that. We need to take time. And this may seem as a simple challenge, and it may be to some people, but for me this is like super hard. The time after work for me is like holy. It's my time. It's when I do my reflection, my hobbies, work on the vlog, stuff like that. And to actually take time to meet up with people after work, that is quite daunting. And if this sounds silly to you, maybe this isn't a challenge for you because this is something that you are already handling in a good way. Maybe you should go do another challenge that I've already done. There are tons of different reasons for why we should have good relationships, for why we should cherish the good ones we have. But if you never take time to meet up with friends, then you will lose them all. That's just the outcome that will happen. There's no other way around it, unless it's one of those holy, truly deep relationships that just last forever. It feels like it could be like a year that has gone by and you haven't spoken, and then like that you're just back on track where you stopped. But also for me, relationships is so important if you want a long and happy life. And I have a goal to live way past 120 years. I know I have to prioritize relationships, because if you look at the science, all the people that live long, they have good, long-lasting relationships. And it's not just a number. I want friends when I grow old. I want to share experiences. Enough with the why. So how are we gonna do this? Super simple. We are gonna meet with 2 to 3 friends after work, or if you have a day off, we need to schedule it. Today is Sunday. That means you are gonna sit down and you're gonna think about the friends you should meet up with. And then you're gonna text them or call them, 2 to 3 persons, depending on your context and how much you got to do. But then you're gonna reach out to that person and ask if they have time to meet on Wednesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, whatever time that suits you. But if you don't schedule it, it probably won't happen. And I'm gonna make sure to fulfill those obligations. Because the worst kind of person you can be is a person that says you're gonna do something and then don't do it. Grow up, show up. And when we actually are meeting that person, when we are in that situation, we are gonna turn the phone off, silence mode, flight plane mode, whatever, but you are not going to look at that phone. You're gonna look the person you're meeting in the eyes. You're gonna listen to everything that he or she is saying, and you're gonna reply with full force, with engagement and just being all there 100%, being super present in that moment, just listening to each other, talk about life, talk about yourself, expressing your true self. I mean, we need to talk about ourselves. We need to air what's on our minds. We are talking quality friendship time here, because otherwise you might as well don't do it at all. I think we're wasting way too much time on just shitty quality. That's why I've decreased my Facebook time or social media time by a whole lot, because that's hanging out without really hanging out. And that can have its purpose, of course, I know that. But when you're actually meeting face to face, make sure to be there. And that's also when the great moments are created. That's when you really listen, and that's when you really are being listened to. That's when those deep connections, those deep conversations are created. And that's what we want here. Quality relationships. Another thing with meeting up with friends is, besides the joy and the great experience you get from just hanging out with the person you like, your friends, you can actually help each other out. You are the person that this person really needs right now. Maybe you have a number to a friend that can help that person out, or maybe you just have the knowledge to give good guidance and advice in an issue. Just do what you can for your friend, or why else are you friends? Helping people out will give you joy. It can just make your day. Maybe you have a problem in your life right now like that this person has a good answer to, maybe can help you in somehow. Have the courage to ask for advice. Being a good friend goes two ways. It's not only you that are gonna be there for your friend. They need to be there for you too. Otherwise, maybe it's not that good of a friend. And this is really something I need to work on, because I'm really bad at asking for help. I feel ashamed, I guess. I don't know, I've just never done it in that great extent, and it's something I need to practice. And one last thing that is super important, which you are going to think about when you're meeting with your friends. Being true to yourself, working on growing your self-esteem, showing who you really are, talking about the things you really care about, not acting a part, being your true self. I know growing up I have been tons of different roles in my life with different persons, but I'm starting to get clarity in who I am and being more consistent in showing up as the same person in all kinds of contexts. And that's where we want to be. We don't want to be different persons in different contexts. We want to be genuine. We want to be ourselves in all kinds of situations. That's when true charisma are born. That's when we can be ourselves 100%. When we can say what we truly feel and what we want to say. And that we can only do if we are exposing our true self. Not hiding, not playing a part, not saying things we think that the person wants to hear, but actually showing who you really are. And that is super important, and it is super hard, but it's something I've been working a lot on lately, and I start to feel the result of that. And I start to feel how good it feels when you're actually super genuine about everything you say. Everything is so much more fun. It's just pure. And that's what we're aiming for in every meeting we're gonna have this week. Showing your true self, speaking your true mind. So the objectives are meet up with 2 to 3 friends, and you do this by first scheduling when in the week you're gonna meet with who. Being present when you actually meet this person, listening, taking in what the person is saying, asking for advice or asking if the people you're meeting needs anything from you, helping each other out. And lastly, being your true self, speaking your mind, showing who you really are, and just be who you are. Yeah, it's harder than it sounds, I know, but The journey has to start somewhere. So that's it. That's the weekly challenge number 28. Now go plan who you're gonna meet this week and reach out to that person. Planning is key. Commit to me in the comments. Tell me you are gonna do this challenge, because it really gives you that extra power to go through with the challenge. I know. This is what I do every day. When I do this on video, I tell you guys I'm gonna do this. And that's what gives me that energy to follow through every week. I can't just quit, because I've committed to you guys. And that's why I want you to commit to me, so you can't quit on yourself. Because otherwise you won't ever get to that best version of yourself. It requires work daily, and it requires clarity in your goal setting. So commit to me in the comments. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so we can do this journey together, grow, become a better version of ourselves, have fun doing it, discuss, talk, become friends. Maybe we can schedule a meeting one day and just talk, help each other out. So do that. And if you like the video, of course, hit the like button. I would appreciate that as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This is Alexander signing out, wishing you a great week. See you in the vlog.